Just of a shattered grid, fractured lines in each corner's fade. Echoes of strings bending mathematics, chasing shadows in a numbers way. Take a couple before we can't decipher, puzzles tangled in a web they spin. Equations leading on naked, books of memory tossed in the bin. Screaming digits in a void of static, patterns clash and secrets swim. In the heart of chaos there is a rhythm, lost in formulas we grasp the hymn. Broken arches sing the song of old, triangles whisper in the cold night. Essence found in the cryptic whispers, solving mysteries with fractured sight. Polygons dance in a sphere of madness. Curved paths hide the truth untold. Silent tempest twirls me in fury. Gaze into numbers so vivid, bold. Polygons dance in a sphere of madness. Curved paths hide the truth untold. Silent tempest twirls me in fury. Gaze into numbers so vivid, bold. Polygons dance in a sphere of madness. Curved paths hide the truth untold. Silent tempest twirls me in fury. Gaze into numbers so vivid, bold. Sing a song of hope. Patterns clash and secrets swim. In the heart of chaos there's a rhythm. Lost in formulas we grasp the hand. Broken arches sing a song of old. Triangles whisper in the cold night. Essence found in the cryptic whispers. Solving mysteries with fractured sight. Intentions to defy a static. Patterns clash and secrets swim. In the heart of chaos there is a rhythm. Lost in formulas we clasp the hem. Polygons dance in a sphere of madness. Carved paths hide the truth untold. Silent tempest twirls new fury. Gaze into numbers so vivid and bold. Dance in a sphere of madness. Curved paths hide the truth untold. Silent tempest twirls me in fury. Gaze into numbers so vivid, bold.
right, muchachos. What's going on? Yeah. Xbard. Hey, good evening to you too, my good man. How are you feeling today? I hope you're feeling all right. I hope you're feeling. I hope you're feeling perky and in good spirit. All right. All right. Just got off a call. Surgery tomorrow. Oh no, most likely for the clavicle. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate. Yeah, is it a hairline fracture or is it pretty much a clean fracture? Because it's gonna take a while to heal, my man. Yeah. Um. So is it an inpatient or outpatient? Are you gonna be in for at least for a day or a night or whatnot? Okay. Yeah. I guess. Yeah. X-rays. Did they actually? Oh, it's a day. Okay. Uh, did you have an X-ray done or taken? Okay. Yeah. I mean, either way, surgery. Yeah. All right, cool. I do not like hospitals. I do not like doctors. I guess it's universal, right? Nobody likes to see the doctor because whenever you see them, unless it's your regular checkup, it's never good news. So anyway, man, just hang in there, be tough, be strong. I'm sure you're gonna be just fine. All right. Yeah, exactly. We don't like them, and that's why they tell you an apple a day keeps those guys away, and we got to keep them away as much as possible. Keep them at bay, right? And of course, yeah. I mean, I can't pretend to know what you're going through, but at some point I had some, I guess, rotator cuff tear, and it was partial. It wasn't a complete tear. And of course, they wanted to, dig into my shoulder. I'm like, no, 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 no. Give me plan B and plan C. And of course, I went with plan C, which means, no surgery, rehab. And yeah, and it healed itself. And I don't have any problems since then. But if they would have cut into my shoulder, it would have taken me at least 6 months, to recover. And once you recover, it's never the same, So I didn't really want to do that, but they're always gung ho to try to just suggest the most invasive procedure, of course, for monetary gain, because they want to, they want that moolah, they want that money, they want to empty your pockets, of course. But in any case, it is what it is. You got to deal with it. You got to do what you got to do. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So it doesn't catch you today as it happens. Yes, exactly. You're absolutely right, my friend. So, guys, welcome to the stream. I got Xbard in the chat, a friend of the channel, a friend of mine, a friend of the community. So he's going through, yeah, he's going through a little bit of a situation, but keep him in your prayers. If you do that sort of thing, if you pray, send him some positive vibes. Okay, we're not going to get into details, but positive vibes to Xbard. And server arrived. Yes, awesome, excellent. The server has arrived. So what are the specs again? Remind me, because I know it's pretty cool, right? You got some pretty good. You got a good amount of RAM, a good CPU, some SSD drives. All right. Uh, Change is the only constant. Yep, it's all good. There you go. Yeah, that's right. The only constant in the world is change. How ironic, right? I guess that's what we call a conundrum. Yes, sir. So, guys, welcome to the stream. If you're joining for the first time, you know what to do. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. Okay. We got some big announcements coming up. The community is growing real fast, so we want more engagement, and we're gonna have a lot of things happening, and coming soon. I can't really speak too much about it right now, but there's gonna be an official announcement pretty soon. So today we're back again for a quick update on Guardian Inbox. So what you're seeing right now on the screen, it's a concept for the landing page. What you'll see is basically kind of a medieval castle and an envelope stuck to the door, right? So it's like juxtaposition with the old school, with even older school. And the new school will be the the robot, okay? As you'll see, the robot, which is kind of like our mascot, but also our guardian that's going to guard your inbox. So he's going to appear on the landing right here on the moat, right? Well, not the moat, but the bridge that covers the moat in front of the castle, where a lot of spam monsters are going to try to storm the castle, and he's going to basically defend the castle with all his might. So karate moves, Jackie Chan moves, Bruce Lee, sound effect, fight, fight. So it's just going to be played on a loop. So that's what we're looking at right now. So this is going to be the hero section of the landing page. So I'm going to give you guys a tour of the landing page a little bit with the different sections. But right now, what you're seeing playing on a loop is the landing page's hero section. All right, so XBARD, what are we talking about here? What do we have? So for XBARD, great. So we have an HP Elite Desk 800 G4, right? SFF Core i7, nice. 8700, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 GB SSD, and Windows 11 Pro. All right, that will do for a startup. Absolutely, definitely will do. And of course, we'll talk about that Windows 11 stuff because we already talked about that off the stream. But I believe we can secure your infrastructure a little bit more with a Linux implementation that will be a little bit more robust than the Windows implementation for your server. All right, but that's a pretty good machine right there. So in fact, I'm looking forward to see what you put on it, and of course, if I can help in any way, what's possible, just I'm over here to assist at any capacity, my good friend. Yes. All right. So let's take a look at the landing page, shall we? So right now, what you're seeing is the landing page. With here, this is probably going to be a call to action. Right now, it says "Learn more," but definitely we'll have a more descriptive call to action or a more urgent call to action. Whether to subscribe or to get one of the packages or download one of the extensions or whatnot. So that is the hero section. That's what you're seeing right now. We'll keep it simple, okay? And you'll see the Guardian that's going to appear here on the landing, right? The Guardian is going to appear here, and a bunch of spam monsters are going to try to storm the castle, and he's going to defend the castle, all right? And of course, now we'll look at the About section. The customary About sections. Guardian Inbox is your advanced solution for a cleaner, safer email experience. Leveraging cutting edge AI will protect your inbox from spam, phishing attempts, and unwanted emails, ensuring you only see what matters. Our mission is to empower users with full control over their email, enhancing productivity and peace of mind. Join thousands of users who trust Guardian Inbox to keep their digital space secure and original. Of course, this is a draft. It's gonna, because we don't have thousands of users yet, so we can't say that. It would be disingenuous, right? So, and of course, one of the thing we're gonna mention is the fact that there's a crowdsourcing component that will allow you to, maybe that's going to be a little too much. It's probably to discover later in an FAQ or whatnot. But we try to keep it concise and to the point and not to overwhelm the user with too much information, right? So that is the about section. Then we're going to go to the key features. So, anywho, let's continue. So we have the key features right here. All right, key features. Let's hide that. Boom, there we go. So key features. What do we have? Right. We have AI-powered spam blocking. So our intelligent algorithms learn and adapt to new spam threats, providing superior protection. Okay. Email quarantine. Suspicious emails are held in quarantine, allowing you to review them before they reach your inbox. You see that? So you don't wait for it to reach your inbox. You quarantine it and then okay, you put it basically in purgatory, right? You put it in the freaking green room, the waiting room, or whatever, the back room, the basement, the dungeon. Okay. You sequester that thing. Just keep it on the side. Email quarantine. Suspicious email are held in quarantine, allowing you to review them before they reach your inbox, thus reducing clutter and possible threats. All right, automatic deletion. Set rules for automatic deletion of identified spam, keeping your inbox clutter free. So they won't even reach your inbox. The minute they bounce into our system, our algorithm detect them. Guardian inbox goes into action, and our little guy goes in, kick them out. You're out of here. So they'll be floating into space in the universe with nowhere to go because we've just banished them from your inbox forever. All right. And we have whitelist and blacklist. Of course, this is a great feature if by any chance somebody is basically they're in a situation where the emails are bouncing and they're a friend of yours and you know them, they can contact you and you can whitelist them right there. All right, so before we continue, who do we have in the chat? We have Harshith. I hope I'm saying that right. Harshith. Hello, Harshith. How you doing, brother? As you come into the stream, you know the drill. You have to give your brother a da-da-da-da. All right, here we go. Round of applause. In fact, X-Bar, you listen. My bad. I should have given X-Bar the round of applause as well. And to Don DeMarco. All right, Don DeMarco for X-Bar and Harshith. There you go. You got to smash the like button for that, Harshith. Let's go. Smash the like button if you haven't subscribed to the channel. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, sit back, relax, and watch the stream. We're vibe coding right now. We're doing a quick overview of the landing page of okay, why am I drawing a blank? Of Guardian Inbox. Come on. I mean, it's your product. I mean, you're stammering. What's wrong with you? So whitelist and blacklist. All right. Personalize your spam protection by whitelisting trusted senders and blacklisting unwanted ones. All right. And we have multi-account support. Connect and manage multiple email accounts from different providers in one place, which is awesome. We got real-time threat detection. Stay protected with continuous monitoring and instant identification of new threats. All right. There's one thing that's not there, but it's gonna be there because this is just a draft. I just put it up just now. Okay. Harshith says, fine. What about you? Yeah, I'm doing awesome. Harshith. And how you integrate to the normal email? Good question, Harshith. I'm glad you asked that. How do we integrate to a normal email? For instance, you're talking about Gmail or your own custom email, for instance, Harshith at harshith.com. That's really simple. It's really easy. So how we do this, I'm going to switch over to before we continue, I'm going to switch over to this right here. Okay, you see this? So this is our Chrome extension. So with the Chrome extension, all right, you see here where it says account. I hope you can see this on the screen right now. There's a bit of a delay. Let me know if you could see this, Harshith. There's quite a bit of delay because I don't see it here. If you can see it, basically I'm showing you The the Chrome extension, the Safari extension is ready. The only thing that's not ready is the not the Safari, the Firefox extension is ready. The Safari one is not ready yet because Apple. You got to go through Xcode and do a bunch of things. So I decided to do Chrome and Safari and Firefox. Why do I keep saying Safari? Chrome and Firefox first. So here you'll be able to connect. Can you see this? You'll be able to connect your Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, Hotmail, if anybody still use Hotmail, or your own custom email provider. So you'll be able to actually hook right here. See, once I click on this, you're probably not going to see the pop up, but this is what it's this is what you're going to see. Okay, you're going to see an extension come up, and then you'll be able to connect to your um, uh, to your email provider, whether it's Gmail or your own custom Gmail or your own custom email provider. Okay, so that means whether it's IMAP or POP3, whichever. I think most people use IMAP anyway. Nobody uses POP3 anymore. But just in case you want to use POP3, that's available. Okay. Uh, okay. Well, yes, you are right, my friend. So remember, this is just an extension to give you access to the most, you know what I mean, to the filters, okay, where you could whitelist and blacklist things and report spam for easy access. Also, you have the settings where you could toggle quarantine or automatic deletion. Now, what you're saying is this, okay? Here's the brains behind the whole thing. So you'll have access to a dashboard. So this is where you could go granular. This is where you could go and customize everything from, where you can have a dashboard, all your reports, email protection, spam analytics, email queue, okay, where we train our own model, the block list, threats, activity log, user management reports, and settings. So this is what you see here. Okay, this right here, this is just a little remote control that allows you to have access to the key features where you could report spam right away. Just create a whitelist or add somebody to your blacklist. That's what it's all about. Does that make sense, Sheath? That is the dashboard. Alrighty. So you're looking at the full dashboard right now. All right. All right. All right. So our chief said basically my question was, is worthful building this like for a normal user for me? Don't mind me. Um, yes, absolutely. Because what happens is if you want to have there's one feature that's not mentioned here. If you want to have complete control of your inbox, right? For instance, if a user doesn't have that problem where they receive a lot of spam or they receive hundreds of emails a day, then clearly the solutions are not for you. But if you work, if you're public facing and then you're receiving a lot of inbound, a lot of email, right? The volume is just too much for you to handle. So that will allow you to basically plug our system to your inbox, which we don't have access to your inbox, by the way. We sit between the sender and your inbox, so it's completely safe. There's privacy. It's going to be compliant, so we're not going to be able to read your email. We just make sure our algorithm detects the telltale signs of either spam, phishing, scam, and a whole slew of things. So, in your case, if you want to use it, yes, of course, you can use it. There's going to be a consumer version of it. Also, there's going to be an enterprise, where where you'll be able to see this uh, basically full-fledged dashboard that contains everything you can think of to manage it. But as a user, you won't have access to all these to all these systems, right? You'll have a dashboard as well, but it'll be more scaled back. Probably you'll have your dashboard, email protection, spam analytics, and email queue. You will not have the ML model training because you don't train the model. We train the model. Or if for instance, a business wanted to acquire the software and run it on their own server, then they'll have access to this dashboard where they could create accounts for their users, where all the users will have their personal accounts with a scale back dashboard. You know what I mean? So certain things you're not going to have. Of course, you're going to have a certain level of report. You're not going to have user management. Just going to be your account. You're going to have the threads, probably, block list. You can give him access to whatever you want in the back end with a role access. You know what I mean? So our shift says, my suggestion for you was it should have an automation where the real user will send a message like personalized now a days for email marketing, and what is the method to solve that would prefer. Okay, let me try to understand that. Okay, my suggestion for you was it should have automation where the user will send messages. Uh, oh yeah, thanks, man. Messages like personalized nowadays for email marketing, and what's the method to solve that? Okay. Um, right. So this is a different use case, right? We're not really going to tackle that. That's a whole different use case. So what we basically do, we make sure that the user manages their inbox. For security reasons. For instance, the feature that we're going to focus most on is the crowdsourcing aspect of it. Okay, the crowdsourcing aspect of the inbox, the Guardian inbox is basically if we're on the same platform together. If you use Guardian inbox and I use Guardian inbox, if I flag an email as spam and it's on a well-known spam list, everybody inherits that spam filter. Okay, if you block it once, if you're the only one that blocks it, then it doesn't propagate through the system. But if it reaches a certain threshold and a lot of people flag it, then of course it's flagged for everybody. So you don't have to go and flag it yourself. The system will automatically block it. So if you're doing marketing and you want to be secure, but you have to go through the proper procedures to make sure you're not flagged as spam. For that, we're not really gonna address that. We're just gonna address spam and not really on the marketing side. And okay, and of course, how would you market this? Um, um, I'm putting together a marketing team that will handle that. So we are well covered. Okay, we got somebody in the chat. What's going on? Talk to me. We got somebody on Discord, and Xbard said to you. And my other thing was some email has built-in spam automation, right? Yes, it's not the same. Basically, what you're talking about, for instance, just a regular spam filter, for instance, Gmail, right? Gmail, yes, it's kind of robust. Of course, you can't compete with Gmail. Gmail is good, but the main difference between Gmail and Guardian Inbox, okay, is the fact that if you flag an email as spam in your inbox in Gmail, you only flag it for yourself, okay? But if I flag it and Guardian Inbox, and it is known to be a spam email from a provider that's being flagged as spammy, that means everybody else who uses Guardian Inbox inherits that flag. Okay, that's the main feature. Where any of these other providers, even Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook, Microsoft 365, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't have the Hive connection where The algorithm will connect everyone together, but behind, sort of like a firewall where you don't know your co-users. You're just contributing to the algorithm that will now generate a spam filter that's pushed to everybody. Once you spam, you receive a spam and you flag it as spam, everybody else inherits that flag. I hope that makes sense. Hey, what up? What up? What up? XYZ. And also we got Akbar Ali. What's going on? Hey, welcome to the stream. Here's a little something for you guys. Don DeMarco. And boom, 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 boom. There you go. Round of applause. And as usual, you know what to do. When you walk into the stream, you gotta smash the like button for your guy because we want to push it to as many people as possible. You know what I mean? And of course, we want to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the month. So help a brother out. Smash the like button. Guess what? XYZ says, talk to me. What's going on? What else? What did I miss? Okay, have you asked your AI any of my code might prove transferable or usable in any way? Yes, absolutely. I've actually I've actually fed it to a few, um, mainly Perplexity, and I haven't tried Manus yet. Manus AI, I haven't tried that yet. Perplexity, ChatGPT, and Gemini. Yeah, I mean it all checks out. So and you know that already. You know that. Yes. And what else do we have? I got the Augment 14-day free game. Yo, my guy. Wait, don't tell me. You're using a virtual machine, aren't you? Right. Uh, oh, for real? Okay. But tell me about it. You can type it here. Tell me. I want to hear what you did. But be careful because Augment might be watching. So, Harshit asked me, please, some info about you. So, you want to know a little bit about myself. Okay. Serial entrepreneur. All right. I've been uh, I've been in the business for a long time, my friend, and now vibe coding is basically allowing me to code in public and do so many things at a breakneck speed because things you couldn't do before just a couple of short years ago now you can do. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I run my own IT firm for quite a number of years, and I sold that when I got tired of it. Then I got into advertising because also, I'm a trained musician and filmmaker. So that's what I studied. I'm a trained musician and filmmaker. So I use those to leverage my way through the world. And basically through that, I always dabble in coding. Coding is something that I learned is self-taught, internet studies, books and whatnot. And I've always built solutions. I had a game company a few years back. I had a team in India, in Pune, India, that basically did most of the work, and I was basically the head designer, and the founder pretty much. So did that, exited that, and I started another gaming company that was also I had a team in India in Calcutta this time, and of course burnt a lot of money because that's before AI. So you gotta have a huge team. So burnt a lot of money. We didn't even finish the game, so lost so much money, and I pulled the plug. Now this project is dormant. Now building a new startup uh, with the help of AI, where it's gonna accelerate my uh, basically my way to market. To basically create solutions for real world problems. And in a nutshell, that's pretty much what I do. That's me. All right. So what do we have here? So I coded a script which I can clear my and I can reinstall it. Oh, dude, you are impossible. Make sure they don't catch you because if you keep reusing it, eventually it's going to catch up to you. They'll find you. They'll sue you. But I don't hope that on you. I don't wish that on you, by the way. But that's pretty clever. All right, that's pretty clever. Anyway, we'll talk off. We'll talk offline. Okay. Let's talk in private in the Discord. All right. See what I want to see what you did. the next page. So I just save the files and I use other IDE for Git and all. Okay, that's pretty clever. Shift said, I have love to connect with like-minded people like you, and I am also from India. Oh, awesome! Ashif, so where about are you in India? Are you in Delhi or Calcutta or which city are you in? Yes, Xbard. The big vision for you or for my startup. Please clarify. What is the big vision? Big vision pertaining to. All right, we got somebody in on the Discord that is muted. All right, who's there? Knock knock. Talk to me. Who's lurking? And the Discord voice channel. All right, Xbart says you start before I got here. Oh, okay, right. Um, all right, so the big vision, right? Let's look at the bigger picture. Bigger picture. I had a really interesting conversation earlier on another channel, and the conversation veers towards the state of AI now and how, although it's really accessible to a lot of us, but a lot of people don't actually are unaware of the capabilities of AI, what you can achieve, and in a relatively short time, and with practically no resources, right, or little to no resources, and the conversation kind of veers towards what's going to happen down the line, okay, 3 years from now. 3 years from now, what we're doing now will seem like child's play. And also, a lot of the big players will take a lot of this capability from us because instead of sitting for hours vibe coding, you won't even need to do anything because the LLM, the AI, will kind of do it for you just with with a single phrase. And I'm looking at it like with like glass half full rather than glass half empty type thing, right? So the grand vision is to get your hours in now, get familiar with the tools, even though the tools that we're using now are not going to be the same 2 3 years from now, but we would have familiarized ourselves with the process, with the concepts, and we'll be way ahead of those who actually shunned AI and thought it was going to replace us or it was going to make us obsolete. That can be further from the truth, to be honest. What's going to happen is we're going to use AI as an enhancer, as an enhancement rather. So whatever you want to do, AI will be able to assist you and make it even more streamlined and more accessible because you'll be able to do things that are impossible now to us because we don't know what's capable yet. But 2 3 years from now, we'll be astonished by what we'll be able to achieve. That's the grand vision. The grand vision is to poise yourself, to place yourself in a position where you're able to leverage the power of AI to give you an advantage over those who basically are are tailing behind. That's the grand vision. All right. Um, very few have a clue, and that's absolutely on the money. And the main thing is okay. So I'm going to read these comments. Okay, Harshit says I'm from Hyderabad. I'm a high HID. I believe it's Hyderabad. And Xbard says many of those who think they do are just getting distracted. Exactly. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I got that. Hyderabad. Yes, exactly. Question mark from Xbard. And I'm already there, thankfully. Exactly. You know what? So you are way ahead of 90% of the population, Xbard, because you are investing in the future. You're investing in your future. And by getting involved on the ground floor, you are putting yourself in a position to be, an authority somewhat in the field. And that's the beauty of it. And it's the same thing at the advent of the internet. A lot of people thought it was going to be a flash in the pan. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna last because everybody banked on brick and mortar. If you build it, they will come. And of course, a lot of strip malls across America are shutting down because now a lot of them are being converted into, or they were being converted into Amazon fulfillment centers. Okay. And that's because of the power of the internet. But what's about to happen is way bigger than the internet. Okay. The advent of the internet. Right now, it's a whole different shift. It's a paradigm shift. It's no longer, the thing, Internet of Things. It's no longer Net 1.0, 2.0, Net 3, with crypto and all that. NFTs, that's all child's play. What's about to happen is going to be a revolution. Nobody has any idea what it's going to morph into. But what it's going to morph into is going to be a thing that if you were to go back to, let's say, the 1940s and show somebody an iPad or an Apple Watch, they would think it's sorcery. It's unimaginable. It's going to be the same sort of thing where we won't even understand what's going to be happening. So um, we have to remain open-minded, experiment as much as possible, learn about the inner workings of what's possible and what's not possible, and experiment. Experiment with the freaking LLMs, experiment with the AI, and you'll be all the more thankful for it in a very short years. All right, um, let's go. All right, guys. We got 25 views. We still have 4 likes. Let's go. We got concurrent viewers. If you're new to the chat, hit the like button because it doesn't cost you anything. Let's help a brother push the stream to more people. I know I sound like a broken record, but hey, in case you forgot, I need to remind you: smash the like button for your guy. All right. So all right, cool. Not Hyderabad used to not high. Okay, used to the systems. All right, good. Basically now I'm learning lots of things in AI agent automation and AI lead gen, etc. Well, that's pretty good. Arshif, again, you're on the right path. Just learn as much as possible when it comes to automation and agentic work and stuff like that. That's pretty good. So, Xbart says started before GPT-3 dropped, saw it coming. Yep, there you go. Right? So you had the vision. Okay, you got to have the vision because once you see the vision, now you got to grasp it. And I'm sure you guys heard of Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky is a great hockey player, right? And his philosophy was don't be where the puck is, all right? Just go where the puck is going to be. That's how you stay ahead of the game. If you are where the puck is right now, you already lost the game. You want to win the game? Go where the puck is going to be and you're going to score. If not, you lose, my friend. And of course, Xbar says, all these changes now, qualifications, yeah, are being redefined. Exactly. Self redefined, thankfully. Exactly. Because you don't have to sit in lecture rooms anymore to learn, about Pascal, to learn about, C++. That's no longer the path. Okay. It's basically it's a democracy. Things have been democratized. Okay, the whole field has been democratized now. Anybody and everybody who's interested. Now, I'm not saying everybody can do it successfully, but at least you can partake. You can get involved in creating things that you want to create or solve real problems, create real solutions for real world problems. Okay, and just you need to support and more views, I think. Yeah, Arshith, I'm not really thinking about the more views. Of course, I want more views, but at the same time, I want to create value, right? I want to provide value. The value will bring. the views. The value will bring the subscribers, and of course, the more we participate, the more people will learn about it, and the more we'll create a community that will be able to actually push us uh, more and more, out there. So people, like-minded people, can find us and participate and create engagement. And in fact, I just pushed the QR code on the screen right now. So if you haven't joined the Discord server, join the Discord server. Okay, there's going to be a lot of things happening. There's going to be a huge announcement being made soon. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So in the meantime, do your part. Smash the like button if you haven't done so. Subscribe to the channel, and of course, the more people we have, the better chances we have of being out there and push it to more people. You know what I mean? Uh, so, yes, X Bar says the field is wide open. Indeed, my friend, the field is wide open, and only the early birds will catch the worm. You know the saying, only the early birds will catch the worm. Once it gets a little too hot outside, where do the worms go? The worms go underground, my friend. They're no longer accessible. So you gotta be smart. You gotta get up there, get up early, and this is what we're doing right now. We're the early birds. Okay, we up early and we're catching worms. Not the worm, but we're catching worms, people. Let's go. All right. So what do we have here? If, first and second movers are to market. Yeah, exactly. Makers and and marketers and coders. People who are basically getting things done. Harshith have joined. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And of course, let me welcome you, Harshith, in the Discord server. And round of applause for Harshith. And a Law and Order, and a Don DeMarco. There you go. Welcome to the family. All right. Yes. All right. Thank you for hanging out with us, Harshith, and drop by anytime. You're more than welcome to join us anytime. All right. Have a good one, buddy. All right. All right. All right. Okay. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, we got KO. We got KO in the chat. Yo, come and say hi, bro. Talk to the people. Um, Good question, X Bard. Right now, the total count. Okay, there's Harshith. Give me a second. Let me just say, all right, Harshith, accepted. Wave hello, welcome. Yeah, so I don't have a community. Well, I had appointed somebody as a community manager, but he's not really active. He's missing in action, so I'm gonna need somebody else to manage that, so I don't have to keep doing everything. Um, and Xbard, okay, hey Akbar, what's going on, bro? Welcome, 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 welcome. So hey, hit the like button, smash the like button. Let me give you your props right here. Don DeMarco for you. Round of applause. Welcome to the stream. If it's your first time here, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. All right, what are we doing here? Before I answer that, let me answer Xbard. Basically, how many? I think we're about to break the 100 participants, 100 members. Okay, in the community. And right now, I'm not extracting anything from the community. I'm not extracting anything. I'm here to serve. I'm here to give. And at some point, when it comes time to extract, that time will come. But that is not the time right now. Right now, I'm providing value, and if it provides value back, then that's a bonus. In the meantime, it's in the spirit of community, in the spirit of sharing, and you know, and of course the announcement that are forthcoming. Okay, they're going to address that. How can we provide value to the community, and what can the community do to give back? It's a quid pro quo, so to speak. But it's not necessarily, well, I'm going to do this for you, then you got to do that for me. That's not what it's all about at this point. So that's where we at. So um, okay, so and yeah, informational, yeah, definitely. So we're providing information. So these vibe coding sessions is basically chock full of information, and of course I've shared my tech stack and other tidbits. How to set up your environments and stuff like that. So either way, if you find value on the live stream, that's tied to the community and vice versa. I hope that answers the question, Xbard. Um, Yeah. Harshith, look at the tech stack. It's actually there, and I pretty much use the same tech stack with minor tweaks here and there, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's either Next.js, Tailwind CSS, Shad CN, and a couple of other things. Maybe React Native for mobile development with Expo SDK 53, the latest one. So that's pretty much it. The same stack. You once you find a stack that works for you, it's easy to spin things up. And I create a boilerplate. So if I want to spin up a project, I just basically spin up a project from a boilerplate, and I'm good to go. All right. Okay. What is this, bro? Okay. So this is a what you're looking at right now. What you're looking at right now is basically a. Let me switch here. It's basically an email protection system. It's an inbox management where what it does is it's got a component that crowdsources the spam filter. For instance, if you use this particular platform, I'm on the same platform with you. If you flag an email as spam, I inherit that flag automatically, provided that email is on the list of spams. If it's only you, okay, that flags it as spam, it goes into a quarantine, it goes into a bucket where now our algorithm will monitor. If 2 people, 5 people, 10 people now start flagging the same email as spam, now it's being put in circulation as a global spam. Therefore, whoever uses our system will inherit that spam. So that email will never reach your inbox because now we're monitoring the full system. I hope that answers your question. I hope that makes sense. Okay, back to XBAR. My point is, I'm imagining an automated uh, multi-server Discord manager app. That's already in the works. That is already in the works where it'll basically create engagement. It'll monitor all sorts of things. Engagement. It'll drip feed certain things, whether it's uh, uh, incentives, badges, courses, whatnot. Yeah, that's in the works. Designed to surface informational value on topics from across your server list, complete and present. Yeah, okay. You basically read my mind, Xbard. That's uh, that's in the works. Actually, we talked about that earlier today in a meeting, so that's actually in the works, my friend. You could get it up in 2 days. It's already there. Okay, but we still need to do a couple of things to it. It's not my solution; it's somebody else's solution. So that's going to be we're going to be testing it. Going to be testing it on not on this server, but another server. So that's already in the works. But yeah, good point, Xbard. Good catch. Okay, it would make a good familiarization project. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Okay, you switched on, Xbard. That's exactly what it does. Yes. Your accent was well than others in India. Oh, Harshif. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. Well, because I'm not from India. I'm not Indian. Therefore, that's why I sound like this. But yeah, I mean, it's it's just an accent. It's just it is what it is, right? I guess you sound where where you grew up, where you were born, and I'm American, so that's why I sound like this. So X bars as always don't have an off. I'm off thanks to the okay. Oh, you don't have an off, right? I don't have an off button. Thanks to the yes to the condition. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm pretty sure you have things swirling around in your head, and if only NASA or forget about NASA, if only SpaceX could harness a portion, a fifth of what's swirling around in your mind, in your noggin, in your melon, in your cabbage. You know what I mean? It'll be phenomenal. But but yeah, I mean, the good thing is, once you surround yourself with like-minded people, that power will be harnessed, and you got to surround yourself with people who understand you, people who will, you know, get find the right angle to harness all that power, all those ideas, because you do have fantastic ideas. You have amazing ideas. All right, Chief. Nice to meet you, man. It's truly nice to meet you. It's always a pleasure to welcome newcomers. New faces to the channel. New people will connect with on a regular basis now that you're part of the family. You're in the Discord server. All right. So make sure if you're still gonna be here, just hang out. It's cool. If you have to bounce, you can bounce, but at the same time, just don't be shy. Okay. Once you see us live, you'll get all the alerts. Now you'll get the notifications. Just feel free to drop by anytime, either on the Discord server or on the live. Talk to me anytime. All right. Yes, yes. Lots of ideas to discuss with me. Indeed. Yes, we do. We do have ideas to discuss because the whole point of this is to share. All right. To share our knowledge, to build together, to come up with solutions that, for real world problems. And that's the only way we're going to make a difference. All righty. Yeah, I hear you, X Bard. Always a lot of ideas, but just never enough agency. AI is the game changer. AI is the great equalizer, right? Now it gives you access to do things that you would have needed a whole team just the research, just for the research that you've done so far. Okay, you would have needed a crack team of researchers, a lot of money to even come close to what you did, because now you could leverage the power of AI to create hundreds of pages of research. And again, that could be vetted by one from one tool to another. And it's instantaneous. You don't have to wait weeks, months to get your research ready. Now, within minutes, you could create amazing research papers, validate your projects, and start coding in the same breath. Okay. Xbard says it's the great elevator. Indeed, it's the great elevator on basically rocket fuel. Okay, atomic power. It's amazing. It's the great equalizer. Indeed, it's a great elevator. Okay, Harshif said the setup was good, like nice lighting and all the things, but I think you get eyes issues with that. No, actually, Harshif. The reason, of course, now you can't really see the full view of the setup because now I'm using the back facing camera, and I wanted to focus on that first, and then the front facing camera, which will go here. Once I switch to front facing camera, then you'll see it's really not that strenuous on the eyes, because uh, um, most everything is basically optimized for dark mode and low light. And even when I transition to full on camera, um, it's not gonna be. It's going to be manageable. Let's put it this way. Of course, I'm not going to be able to do 12-hour sessions like I did in vibe coding, because then I set the mood. Here the lights are quite low as well. See, I have a headlight up ahead. These lights are off. So once these come on, yeah, then it gets pretty bright in here. Then I have to sort of be mindful of that. But in the meantime, no, I don't suffer from any eye strain or any issues with blurriness or anything like that. So I manage that. Um, Thank you for the concern, Harshit. No, much appreciated, because especially when you're surrounded by one, two, three, four, and usually I have this on five, six. There's another screen right there, seven screens. It tends to be a little overpowering, but I do manage. Thank you for your concern. I appreciate it. Yes, 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 yes. 34 views, 4 likes. We need to get to 10 likes today, guys. And I'm going to continue with the I want to continue with the tour. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to do a little bit more. um Okay, I see we got 293 subscribers. That's pretty good. We gained one subscriber from earlier today. We're at 292. We're at 293 right now. And let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, Zordax. Z. What's going on? I gotta give you your props, brother. There you go. And Don DeMarco. And again, in fact, let me drop the Law and Order. Yes, yes, y'all. Hey, you know what to do, bro. You gotta drop the like, smash the like button. As you enter the chat, you know what to do. Smash the like button for your boy, because the algorithm will push it out to a lot more people. And welcome back, my brother. Welcome, welcome back. It's always a pleasure to see returning viewers, returning friends to come back and come back and see what's happening. Yeah, good question. Let me call you ZG. All right, Zordux Z Gaming. So ZG. What was done from yesterday? Quite a bit, quite a bit. The Sorry, the extensions are fully working now. The extensions are basically up and running. And so today, what was I able to conclude was basically the landing page and the Chrome extension and the Firefox extension. So let me go back to the. So there you go, bam. So this is the landing page hero section. So with the hero section, thank you very much for the like. So here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Don DeMarco, baby. So this is the landing page. All right, hero section. Here, what you're going to see on the landing is kind of like an old school medieval castle with the envelope, and then our mascot, right? The logo, which is a little character with a shield, is going to appear on the landing right here, where he's fighting a lot of monsters, a lot of spam monsters, trying to storm the castle, right? So that's kind of like what the idea is. So it's just going to play on a loop on the landing page. All right. So this is what you're seeing right here. And then once we go, you got the about section, of course. There it is. Key features. That's where we were. Transparent pricing. So this is not the real pricing. This is kind of like a placement right now. And we're gonna have the testimonials right here, newsletter, and of course the footer, where you get more information about privacy policy, compliance, and all that type of stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks, man. So it's a work in progress. So this is kind of like the skeleton of it. I'm yet to finish the animation for the landing page with with the guardian inbox fighting the spam monsters, that type of stuff. And cool. How did you create this? The loop video is basically, bro. It's a sketch that myself and a friend of the channel, actually, with VEO3. Okay, it's basically just an MP4. We prompted it, and we have a couple of options, and this is one of the ones that I wanted to try out basically a medieval castle with with the crest, with the banners, and then the envelope. And of course, we're gonna superimpose. It's gonna be three different layers. We're gonna have that, and then we're gonna have the monsters, and then we're gonna have the guard that's actually fighting. And somehow we got to create. It's like a game. Uh, what do you call it? Basically an asset, a game asset. You know what I mean? This is just it's just the beginning, bro. Thank you for the compliment, but this is just the beginning. So we'll make it so it's super freaking engaging. So once you go on the landing page, you can't help but sit here and then watch it a couple of times. It's a scroll stopper. It's an attention grabber. So I try to be a little different. The medieval castle game like. You know what I mean? Plus the high tech. So we're merging new school with old school and older school. The medieval castle with envelope, which is represent emails, and then the future AI bot that's fighting spam, that type of stuff. You know what I mean? uh right now, sketching it, I didn't even sketch it like straight into VO3. I mean, you've heard of the new tool from Google, right? This is it. This is the tool. So just direct prompt. Of course, you gotta have the paid version to use the paid subscription to use it. So that's pretty much where all right, I'm sure you can see that, right? So this is how it was created. Yeah, it did actually. And mind you, what you're seeing right now, it's not even the high quality, it's not even a high quality render. This is a low quality render, by the way. All right. The high quality will even be better. It'll be way freaking better. You know what I mean? So this right here for a first sketch, yeah. I mean, I'm 45% happy with it. But once it's done, like fully rendered at a high quality, and then with the action scenes with the robot fighting the monsters, forget about it. Yeah, 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 definitely. Yeah, it's got potential, really good potential. So gonna play with it a bit and get it done. Once the landing page is done, then I could start uh, testing, implementing the backend. The backend is actually done, but it's running locally now. So now I need to push it to either Superbase or I don't know. It's probably going to be Superbase, but I'm not quite sure yet. And then yeah, then get beta testers to get on the system and perfect it. Yeah. Hours, right? It depends. On a day to day, I would say about an average. Geez, on average 12 hours. But mostly 14 hours. At least 10. Let's say between 10 and 14. All right, between 10 and 14, and you know, yeah, it's crazy. I know, but it's the only way. You want to get. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. You want to get anything done. You gotta get your hands dirty at some point. You gotta push because nothing comes easy. Of course, some people might say, well, work-life balance, yada 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 yada. Yes, I do know how to listen to my body. And when I think I reach that point where I need to shut off for a day or two, yeah, I just chill for a day or two, regroup myself, you know what I mean? And then hit it again. Oh yeah, definitely. That's in the cards. All right. The camera is going right there. I don't know if you can see what I'm. All right. The camera. Can you see that? That's the front facing camera rig right there. Front facing camera is going to go right here. All right. Is overhead mic right here. Okay. So a little tour. There you go. Front facing camera. Stay tuned. Good question. The reason for this mysterious kind of, it started because it was a challenge that I had put forth. Basically, the goal was to vibe code 20 projects in 6 months. Okay, and in the beginning there were no cameras at all. There were no voice, no camera. It was purely vibe coding. Of course, the chat was always there. So I just chat with people whenever, but the focus was to focus on building. Because if I were to basically worry about the camera, about the lighting, and especially those long coding hours, 10, 12 hours of vibe coding, it, I wouldn't have. It wasn't going to be possible for me to do that. Okay, with full lighting, full camera in my face for 12 hours, 14 hours. It is possible, but it's not sustainable for 6 months. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, I wanted to focus just on the vibe coding. And as I progressed and I started introducing the over the shoulder camera, okay? So we call the OTS camera, over the shoulder. So the OTS camera now added another dimension, and again, kind of transition from that. And of course, the big reveal now will transition to the front-facing camera, and I'll still keep the back camera, or sometimes I'll point the camera to the whiteboard over there. As you can see, there's the whiteboard right there. So definitely that's going to be a part of the whole process. There's a method to the madness. You know what I mean? There's a method to the madness. It's not that I'm hiding, my face for whatever reason. It's not that I'm super ugly and shit. I'm not super handsome either, but I'm not super ugly. You know what I'm saying? So that was the reason behind the mysterious transition, from no camera, no voice, with voice, and then the OTS camera. Now with all this, then we're going to transition to the front. Then I'm going to do a recap of the whole 6 months of the full projects, the ups and downs, what worked, what didn't work, what did I learn, what can I share with the community at large. So that was the main point. And I didn't want to, yeah, I see you're laughing. I didn't want to basically take these vibe coding sessions, these 12-hour vibe coding sessions, and condense them into a 20-minute video. Then you miss the whole point of vibe coding, because that's not the reality. Guys will tell you we can build this thing in 20 minutes, but yeah, you can build a calculator, in five minutes. You can build a weather app or a to-do list. That's fine. But when you're building real applications with millions and millions of lines of code, and then you end up spending 5 hours into a project, and then you have to start from scratch because the AI messed up. You know what I mean? So I showed all that, the reality of it, the real vibe coding, where you curse at the AI, you freaking, you lose it. Sometimes you spend 3 days on a thing, and then you scratch it. You start from scratch. You trash it and you start from scratch. So that's what I wanted to share. I wanted to share the real freaking grind, how hard it is to get things to even now, all of these projects, they're not ready for deployment. Before I deploy them, I have to make sure my security team goes to them. We have to make sure that it's secure. We have to make sure that the back end is basically well protected, because especially if we're going to put these things behind a paywall, we have to be able to protect our users' data, credit card information, payment information, all that type of stuff. So we can't. This is no joke. Okay, and it's not a hobby. This is real world. These are real solutions. So we have to make sure that we're production ready. Now, these are development. These are MVPs. They're not production ready. I'm not going to lie to you and say, you can deploy something in one day. No, it doesn't work that way. Now I have the real work begins, where now we have to make sure the code is sound, that we patch as much as possible. Nothing's going to be 100% secure. You understand? So we got to make sure that we put the ball in our court and make sure we are good to go with the least amount of holes in the system as possible. We're not going to plug everything 100%, because you never know. There are some really smart guys out there waiting to penetrate my stuff, waiting to hack into my backend, waiting to do some kind of SQL injection, and then to find an end, a backdoor somewhere in the system. And once that happens, and confidence, consumer confidence is lost, then you have no more credibility. Okay, mind you, it happens to the best of us. Amazon gets hacked, Google gets hacked, okay, Apple servers gets hacked. So who am I? I'm small potatoes and small fries. So but I have to be vigilant. I have to make sure that I take the proper steps to protect my infrastructure. Without that, well, I might as well just give up right now. So that's what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about vibe coding. We're talking about security. We're talking about everything. So if you want to talk to me, the Discord server is wide open. So come on and chat with your guy. Okay. So exactly. ZG says, cool, cool. All the best. Thank you very much, brother. Here's another one for you. Dun dun. There you go. In fact, there's another one. There's the Dun DeMarco for you, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Always a pleasure. I know you dropped a like for your brother, so thank you very much. And those of you coming to the stream, subscribe to the channel, drop a like, do your guy a favor. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Well, let's reach 300 first, and we're on the road to 500. We're building in public, guys, and we're here to share. We're here to share the knowledge. Okay. If you want to talk to me, join the Discord server. The voice channel is open. If you're not shy, come and talk to your guy. Let's catch up again. All right. Gotta go. See ya, bro. Have a good one. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. And meanwhile, I need to hydrate. So this is your boy. We'll continue with the tour when I get back. So sit back, relax, and I'll be right back. Yeah, yeah. Well, all right, all right, all right, all right. We're back. We are back in action. All right, so I'm going to show you guys a little something right now. A friend of the channel, he's been here since the beginning. He's been supporting the this channel. He's been here during a lot of the live streams and on Discord. So my guy, Nityasha, personal assistant. All right. So he's actually live right now. Okay, he is live in the Google Play Store. So if you guys want to go check out his app, okay, it's a Nityasha personal assistant. Okay, Nityasha services, and he's got a personal assistant app. Let's go and have a little view what's happening, so you can have basically an instant assistant that help you to take care of your tasks and stuff. So here we are. Okay, discover experts for personalized guidance. What else do we have? Chat seamlessly with your connections. Okay, that's pretty good. So there's a sort of like a crowd feature to it, social feature, right? Excellent. So what do we have here? So you have Nityasha, your ultimate online consulting platform. Get expert guidance for business, career, and personal growth. Are you looking for expert advice to grow your business, advance your career, or improve your personal life? Your personal life? Question mark. Nityasha is a one-stop platform for professional consulting, connecting you with industry experts who provide personalized solutions to help you succeed. There you go. Updated on June 10th, 2025, which is a couple of days ago. So June 10th, 2025, just updated just recently. Okay, so there you go, guys. This is a friend of the channel, a friend of the stream. So go ahead and support, download, and test it and provide feedback as much as possible in Nityasha personal assistant. And there you go. This is what's possible, guys. You vibe code or whatever you code, you achieve, you produce, and you provide solutions for real world problems. So there you go. Nityasha, personal assistant. Yeah, yeah. Let's give him a Don DeMarco for that. And a round of applause. Round of applause for Nityasha. There you go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, cool. So XYZ said, can you check if Augment is working for you or showing issues? Let me see. What's the issue, bro? What exactly are you having? What issues are you having with it? All right, let me check here. Nah, bro, it's not working. Hey, XYZ, you gotta hit me up on Discord. Hit me up in the private messages. DM me. All right. Oh, cool. Okay, so this is the registration page. Yes, make your. All right, let me check it out. Cool. Yeah, we'll definitely sign up. We'll definitely sign up, bro. Cool, cool, cool. All right, guys. Let's update a little bit. Let's do a little bit of an update here. Where are we at this point? So we are here. Okay. Here we are. So what have we accomplished? Okay, so we got the web app. So as you can see, it's React Native, JS, TypeScript, GSAP for animation. Okay. As far as the browser extension, we got Chrome, Firefox, okay, and Safari. That's the plan. Built with TypeScript, okay. Completed with email quarantine, toggle automatic deletion, toggle theme deletion toggle, theme adaptation, and Gmail integration. Okay. What haven't started yet is the Safari web extension. So that again, we got to jump through some hoops. Xcode and all that stuff. Okay, and then we have the mobile apps. So we have React Native with Expo SDK. Let me fix this. This should be mobile. All right, so mobile apps, React Native with Expo SDK 53 plus TypeScript GSAP for animations. That's done. That's completed. Well, not entirely actually, because we haven't done the auth yet. The splash screen, the sign up and login screens. So this actually should be marked as in progress. And here we have integration, IMAP, POP3 email protocol support has completed. OAuth for major providers, Gmail, Outlook completed. Not entirely, because we still have to connect this to the API. Okay. API for future enterprise integration completed. Okay. So what do we have? We have phase one. Of course, these are marked as number of weeks that it would take to build these things with a fully human analog to build this thing. So basic spam detection algorithm, TypeScript, TensorFlow completed. Single email account support completed. Manual spam reporting completed. All right. Web interface, React, TypeScript, GSAP completed. Local development environment, boom, completed. That's actually Postgres SQL and Docker. That's what we're doing here. In fact, I should include that here. So phase two, we have 3 to 4 weeks. So automated global block list, Superbase, Postgres SQL completed. Multi-account support, done and dusted. Browser extension, okay, again, this is for the backend. TypeScript, okay, in progress. Email quarantine, toggle automatic deletion, blah, blah, etc. Toggle theme. Anyway, you saw that up there. Notification system completed. Daily spam report summary completed. All right, phase three. Again, this is supposed to take me 3 to 4 weeks, but that was done basically less than a day. Okay, 3 to 4 weeks. That's the estimate. All right, that's actually 4 weeks for phase three. We got mobile apps, React Native with Expo, SDK 53 plus TypeScript, GSAP for animations completed. Whitelist, blacklist. Okay. No, I didn't ask you to do all that. Whitelist, white blacklist features completed. API and database logic implemented. That's marked as completed, folks. Enhanced analytics, done. Then we have key metrics for MVP validation, spam detection accuracy, at least 95% and up or greater. False positive, right? We will try to go under 1, okay? So 0, less than 0.1%, 0.1% or less, rather. Blocklist effectiveness, okay? Reducing and repeat spam, boom. User retention, okay? 30 days to 60 days or greater than 60%, okay? Team requirements, okay? So what do we need? If we were to hire, okay, a full team to do this, what would the requirements be? Okay, we need a full stack developer, TypeScript, React Native, and Superbase. We need a machine learning AI engineer, TypeScript, TensorFlow, a UI UX designer, part-time, and product manager, part-time. And my friend, this is what it would have cost if we were to hire a team just to develop the MVP. Remember, this is not the full app. This is not the full-fledged deployment. This is just the MVP, okay? Infrastructure. That means cloud services, Superbase, server, that type of stuff, database. $1,500 a month. Okay. Development, $25K for 3 months. That's how long it would have taken to build this. $25,000 for 3 months. Okay, 3 months. Security, 5K. Like the audit, pen testing, and all that stuff. That's $5,000. Contingency, 5K. Just you never know. Total, $40,000 just to build the MVP. But right now, I believe we're at day 5, and those days, most of it was spent actually messing around with the extensions. Those were the basically main problems. Everything else worked really well. The only problems we had was basically the issue with the extensions. Okay, so this is what it would have cost. This is what it would have cost. Okay. So here's the tech stack. So tech stack, what are we talking about? TypeScript, all code base, React. For the web, React Native. For mobile, GSAP. For animation, Supabase backend, Auth, and Postgres SQL. Okay. So again, this is sort of like what I kind of do every project. Start with local development, then migrate to Supabase for deployment and scaling. Okay. And of course, we have the notes and stuff like that for Note for Outlook, for Gmail, and whatever other implementation we're going to do here. So this is pretty much the recap, guys. I hope that sheds some light on the scope of the project and what we were able to achieve in just a few short days. And this is proof, again, that vibe coding is a viable solution, at least to get your MVP together. I do not recommend go to production directly with a vibe coding code base. However, it could really get you started, whether to secure funding or to validate an idea. Well, in fact, you should validate the idea before you start building your MVP. But if you just want to kick around and have fun, just kick the tires a little bit, see what works, then this is a viable solution. This is a good way to go in and start experimenting a little bit. Just build. It could be something as simple as a weather app, a to-do app, a calendar, or a music player, a VST plugin, an extension, a Chrome extension, a Firefox extension. Just experiment a little bit, because the more you experiment with these tools, the more knowledge you gain. And when things get a little crazy out there, where people are kind of worried about, well, AI is going to take over, AI is going to take our jobs. Well, you won't have to worry about it so much, because then you would have gained some knowledge. You would have amassed some skill. You would have skilled up, your skill set. You have more tools in your toolbox, so to speak. So, experiment, guys. Experiment. So I'm still going to be here for a few more. So if you come into the stream, just smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions, just jump on the Discord server. We're here to chat. Okay, if you want to talk to me, just go ahead. If you have a question, you don't feel like talking, well, the chat is right here. Drop it in the chat and I'll be glad to answer your questions. In the meantime, let's take a little hydration break and I'll be right back. Yo, 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 yo. News flash. New Kiran. Yeah, thanks, bro. So we got a little bit of an update here, guys. A lot of things are down, so I knew something was acting a little weird. And even XYZ mentioned it earlier. So Cloudflare's down. That means now NPM is down. Of course, if NPM is down, that means Node.js, of course. Supabase is down. All right, GCP. What else? Discord isn't working. Yeah, Slack. There must be some sort of global outage. Maybe it's an attack. That's crazy. Thanks for the update, bro. Yeah. Let me check the news. Yep. So update. Our upstream provider still says errors across their services are intermittent. However, we are seeing error rates returning to normal levels. We are continuing to keep an eye on things to provide more updates as information becomes available. So that is today. Okay, it's not a system-wide crash or whatever, but there are some issues being reported on Supabase. So Supabase confirmed. Let's check NPM. So yep, NPM problem has been identified. The issue has been identified, and the fix is being implemented. So there you have it, guys. There's a lot of issues going on. Okay, let me show you guys here. Here it is. Let's check out Discord. Yep, there you go. So it's mostly attachments, embeds, and activities broken. Investigating. We are back seeing issues across a lot of features. We are continuing to work with our provider to get to recovery. Okay. There you go, guys. All right. So Cloudflare's real mode is not over going down. Similar outage happened. Okay, in CF2 back in Feb. Okay, right. So it's a recurring issue, but these things happen all the time. But you know, let's hope they get it up and running ASAP. Because once these, especially Cloudflare, once these things are out, it affects a whole lot of systems. That's the problem. So broad Cloudflare service outages, okay, identified. We are starting to see services recover. We still expect to see intermittent errors across the impacted services as systems handle retried and cached or filed. Is that filed or filled? I can't tell. Update. We are seeing a number of services. All right, so we good. We good. Impacted services. So access, warp. Okay, real time worker stream. AI gateway, of course. Autorag. Okay. Yeah, this is all today, guys. Yep. Checks out. It's fingers crossed that they'll get these problems resolved as soon as possible. Okay, who do we have here in the chat? We have Rebong Q. I hope I'm saying that right. Hey man, have a nice day too. What's up, bro? How you doing? Welcome to the stream, and I gotta give you your props. First time coming, a Don DeMarco for you. Round of applause. Welcome to the stream. And you guys, you know what to do. When you come to the stream, just smash the like button. Do your guy a favor. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel if you think we can bring you some value. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. So as my man Anukiran Ghosh had reported, so we do have several outages throughout the internet. A lot of different services are affected to certain degrees. Some of them partially, actually, most of them partially. So it's not a complete outage, but they're seeing a lot of issues. But mostly, a lot of them have reported that they're on it. So they're working on finding a solution to restore a full service. So fingers crossed. Hopefully, things will come back to normal within the day. We'll see what happens. All right. So Amar says, "Is there any way I can have a Discord call with you later?" Yeah, definitely. Join the Discord server, and we can chop it up. Have you joined yet? Let me check the Discord server. Here's the QR code's up on the screen right now, so you could either scan it or links in the description. So join in, and then we can talk after the stream. Cool. There we go. So that's those are the updates, guys. So Cloudflare, yep, they're aware. They're working on it. Okay, NPM, Superbase, GCP, Discord. They're not fully down, but there are some issues with certain features and stuff like that. But they're all aware and they're working to resolve service as soon as possible. Nathan in the chat. Wait a second. Here's something for you, brother. A Don DeMarco. All right. In fact, I'm gonna give you the bomb. There you go. There you go. That's a nuclear bomb right there for my man Nate, because he's a regular here. So that's for you, bro. The nuclear bomb. We just dropped a bomb on you, bro. All right, Nate's in the chat. So Anu Kiran says, got to know from Reddit. Okay, and it is down too. Really? Okay, a lot of automations going down. Okay, except the self-hosted ones, which is pretty good. It's a good idea to now start getting your own servers and host your stuff. Because when these things happen, so imagine if you have a client base, and then these systems go down. So once you have your own server, now you can have even if you host somewhere else, I mean you can have a redundancy, right? So which would be pretty good. Okay, that's unfortunate that all these outages are happening on the same day. I don't know if it's a coincidence or there's something more insidious happening. What do you guys think? You think it's something malicious, maybe an attack of some sort? I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but stuff happens, right? Stuff happens on the internet. So it could be an attack because it's rare that a lot of freaking services, okay, go down at the same time, or if not at the same time, the same day. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now. That's kind of weird. That's weird to me. Yeah, welcome, bro. Yeah, Amar, welcome. Yeah, thanks, man. It's It's my lair. It's my what do you call it? My toys. Yeah. Yes, sir. So wait, Nate. So today's the day. Yes, it is. It's the freaking 12. Hang on a second. Oh, geez. What did I know I should have pulled it up. I know I should have pulled it up. Yeah. All right. Hey. Listen, chat. Okay. We got a birthday in the chat. So everybody, I want you all to wish a super happy birthday to Nathan. Nathan is in the chat right now. Nathan is 23 years young today, bro. Congratulations! Round of applause. Happy birthday to Nathan. Come on, guys. Wish Nathan a happy birthday. Let's go. Applause. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And a Don DeMarco. All right. You got all of it. Law and order. You got a oh shit.
Oh shit!
There it is. You even got the hallelujah, bro. Happy birthday, bro. Right. Amar, how much does what cost? Are you talking about the setup? Oh, for sure, bro. Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, amazing. 23 years old, 23 years young. Getting it done. Yeah, congrats, bro. Happy birthday. I hope you're gonna celebrate a little bit today. Go out with some friends, hang out. You know, chill, kick back. Um, yeah, the cost of the setup, it's hard to say, because this wasn't put together, at one time. It took time to get all this stuff together. For instance, I'll do a proper tour of the setup. Then I'll probably do a breakdown of the cost also, because there are so many components. If I had to go through everything, it's going to take me a whole episode to do that. So in the meantime, it's not cheap, but it's not super super expensive either. But stay tuned for a studio tour. All right. Then yeah. Yeah, Sunday is going to be dope. Yeah. Sunday we're gonna have a nice session. So Nate and I are gonna have a nice session to set up a work environment. All right, set up a coding environment and start working on Nate's project. And it's gonna be fun. So we're gonna have a few hours to put it together. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it, bro. I'm looking forward to it, Nate. Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, the studio tour is gonna be it's gonna be dope. I mean, it's this, and this is not, this is kind of like a portion of it. There's more shit that's in storage behind me. There's a lot more shit. There's lights, all kinds of stuff, cameras, mics, recorders, mixers, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Yes, Amar. It is a collab, but I want to shine the spotlight on you because we're gonna work on your project. You know what I mean? Your project is gonna be, hopefully your first project, and you'll be able to monetize it. You know what I mean? Get it to a point where you put it in people's hands where they'll spend their hard earned. cash and pay you for your idea. It's a wonderful thing when you had an idea in your head and then you get it out there in the world and all of a sudden it's generating income for you. That's going to be a beautiful thing, my brother. Amara, yes, bro. Where you from, bro? That's awesome, guys. We got likes. We got 8 likes. That's what I like to see. Again, remember the goal is always 10. 10 likes. We got to get to 10 likes today, guys. And the subscriber count is going up. We're at 296. So we're on the road to 300, and the goal is 500 by the end of the month. So let's get it. I know we can do it. The more people like the stream, the more the algorithm is going to push it out to more people. All right. So we are here to help each other to grow. It's a community. We're trying to build a community. So if you haven't done so, join the Discord. You know what I mean? Here, there'll be a lot of tips and tricks, and I'm always here to answer questions. If I'm not available, there were some other users who are glad to answer questions for you guys. So, and we're gonna build it up. We're gonna do big things in the community. So stay tuned. Okay, Ammar is from Pakistan. I haven't been to Pakistan yet. It's one of the places I haven't been yet. It's crazy because I was supposed to go there a couple of years ago, but then plans changed. So I'm from Pakistan. I will talk in detail in the Discord chat. Maybe By the way, why don't you mentor people? Let me. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's the that's kind of like the plan, Amara. But before I get into mentoring, right? I want to create a community first. I want to help. I want to help people here build a Discord server and eventually start doing other things. But at the same time, I'm providing value, and the value will come back to me in due time. But I'm definitely we'll talk. We'll talk we'll talk privately on Discord so we can see how we can synergize. Definitely. Yeah, I was supposed to go to Pakistan. What was that? A couple of years ago. I was in Goa. I was in Goa, India, and I was there on a consulting job. And we were supposed to from Goa go to Pakistan and then I had to go to France. I had to go to Paris. Then I had to fly to Africa, to East Africa, Ethiopia.
Oh,
Then we ended
nice.
up changing plans. We couldn't go to Pakistan, but I definitely want to visit Pakistan. It's one of the places I need to visit. Yo,
Well,
hey, what's going on,
get on
bro?
the. Yeah, I'm good, bro. What about you? How are you?
I'm doing awesome. So who am I talking to?
You're
Amar.
talking to Amar. Amar,
It's you.
yeah, the same person. Yeah, the same person.
Yeah, what's up, bro? Welcome to the stream, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I just got recommended your stream, and I was like, okay, like this guy is my type, and I gotta subscribe him,
Oh,
and I like as well,
oh, that,
and I might like tell my other friends and colleagues, I mean not colleagues, of course, friends and cousins about your channel. So
nice.
I mean, they are nerds, tech nerds as well. So I think you can favor them. I
Uh,
believe.
Yeah, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. That's the goal, right? The goal is to build a community where we can help each other out. Of course, if we can create a system where we can leverage our knowledge to generate wealth as well. But that always comes, right? If you put out good in the world, it'll come back to you. Okay, tenfold, 100-fold. That's my philosophy. That's what I want. So I'm not here to extract. I'm here to give, and then what's going to come back to me, it's going to come back to me. So I'm happy. I'm happy to have you here on the stream. Thank you for coming through. So I was about to say who's that, who's in the stream, because the Discord wasn't open. So thank you. So talk to me.
Yeah. So I mean, so can I like know like on what position are you right now, or like what are you doing with your life right nowadays?
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah, we can talk about that, but I wanted to talk about something more general because we can talk about that in private, right? Because right now you're on the stream, you're
Yeah, sure,
live.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we can
So,
have that. You can have that conversation after the live, which is
by the
not going to
way,
be too long.
yeah, so okay, I mean, actually, I want to know that how do you sell your physical products internationally? Do you like, do you have anything about any idea about that?
Physical products.
Like the drop shipping stuff, right? You know about it.
Oh yes, of course. I don't really deal in drop shipping. I used to do drop shipping back, back in the day, with Shopify and all that. But drop shipping became a bit of an issue, especially now. Is not necessarily a good time to get into drop shipping because of all these tariffs that are being imposed, especially if you want to sell to the American market. As you know, the American market is the coveted market. It's where most of the bulk of the sales for drop shipping goes to America. Of course, you have I think you have America, you have Canada, Australia, the UK, and I think Germany. I think these are the big five. Okay, that basically purchase the bulk of drop shipping things sold online. The other markets, the secondary markets, it is not worth it to get into that for multiple reasons. Reason number one, the shipping routes are not optimized. For a lot of shipping routes, right, it'll take 30 to 45 days for somebody to receive their merchandise. But in America, you can get it within a week. Sometimes, if you do Amazon FBA, you could get it same day or the next day or 72 hours. But mostly it's the same day. So people are used to that sort of expedited shipping now, so they do not want to wait 30 to 45 days. Therefore, you will end up with a lot of cashbacks. You end up with a lot of returns, and then you're going to go bankrupt. And once your reputation takes a hit, that means if you're using PayPal or if you're using Stripe, they're going to hold on to your money for up to 6 months before you can get your money, and then you need your money for
What the hell?
inventory.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's tough. It's kind of, I'm not saying it's impossible to do, but you got to have quite a bit of reserve cash to handle that situation. And I would not
Uh,
recommend drop shipping right now.
I mean, look, I'm not talking about merchandise and stuff, you know. I'm not talking about drop shipping either. I'm just talking about building a startup and offering a product. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so like people could go to my website or like I'm thinking of it. I mean, it's not finalized right now,
Mm-hmm.
but like I would create a website and create a product. I have like what sort of product I would create in my mind and sell it to people like you who are tech enthusiasts.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
So basically, you
and,
want to build
and
up a platform, yeah, right?
not really a platform, but sort of a product which people can like order and then pay for it and then use it and then could benefit from it. And
Okay, but what type of product? Give me an example.
actually, I mean, really don't tell this to anyone, but I mean, look now.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, have you seen Edith from Spider-Man? Now, I know that it might sound sort of childish or sort of, a joke, but
Mm-hmm.
this is actually my plan, and I'm gonna turn it into a real startup and start selling that product. And
Okay.
have you seen
Yeah.
Edith? First of all, tell me.
Okay. The only way to actually find out, because I could be telling you, from my experience, I could be telling you one thing, and then you go out and then you exceed all expectations, and then you become a unicorn. That's always possible. But the best way to do it is to try it. You know what I mean? So to
Yeah,
try it,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? So don't go all in. You could, for instance, if you on TikTok, uh, just if you have a prototype, just create some videos, right? And then to tease the crowd and ask people, would you use this? Would you, how much would you pay for this? Here's a price point. So kind of like a marketing teasing sort of thing. And then see how people react. Because people, especially, I mean, your friends, they're gonna tell you, yeah, yo, Amar, that's a great idea. You know, your friend's gonna support you, your family's gonna
Uh,
support you. But
Actually, after like, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but just to give you some context, I was thinking of making this as a personal project and use it myself. But
mm,
then someone told me that I could actually use that sort of, like I can sell it if it like really helps people and people could benefit from it. It
mm,
will like definitely help them, and I could definitely make money from that. So like I was thinking of why not, like why don't we sell it? Why do we just make it for ourselves?
mm,
So yeah, so like my plan is to like make the product first of all for myself, like the
right,
basic MVP, like MVP, minimum viable product,
of
and
course.
like get, yeah, of course, bro, you are a startup founder, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Multi
definitely. Okay, so
multiple startups, yes. And in fact, what I'm
yeah,
working on right now, it's an MVP for a project that I'm launching soon.
yeah, I appreciate it. So my plan is to like sort of, get the product right, get the feedbacks, get the reviews from my friends. I will like let my friends use it,
Mm-hmm.
and like not just friends, but of course my family members, my like other people, and get their feedback about what they think. And if the feedbacks are good, and I will just make more of them and try to sell it. Like I don't think it's a bad idea, because like you never know where a startup is going to, like like a startup is either gonna go bankrupt at a max $1,000 profit, or it could go to $1 trillion. So you never know what is gonna happen. But
True.
the idea that I have, I think if I market it correctly, if I give it time properly, then I think that I could make something out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. No, definitely. You know what I mean? And one thing you gotta remember what I told you earlier. Yes, get your friends and family feedback, but most importantly, get feedback from non-friends and non-family. Those are gonna be your most valuable feedback. Okay, because your friends,
Yeah.
some, of course, you have friends that are gonna be blunt with you. You have family members that are gonna tell you, okay, this is good, or no, I don't think so. But at the same time, the impartial, okay, the strangers on the internet, those are
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
brutally
absolutely.
honest with you. They have no skin in the game. They have no reason to lie to you. If they don't like it, they're going to tell you, no, it's trash. If they love it, you are going to know. Okay?
Well, actually, the sort of product I'm thinking of, uh, I don't think there is any way that they are not gonna like it, because that's the idea that I have, and I'm gonna discuss it with you, no problem, okay?
Definitely. I will. We'll talk offline. Definitely. Once I finish the
Yeah,
stream,
yeah,
we'll jump
absolutely.
on a private call, and then because you don't want to put it out there. I do understand because of privacy, and you don't want people to actually supersede you, and then get out there and get to market with your product, with your brainchild, which I assume you have no way of protecting through patents or copyright and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk offline. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I'm just like just in general,
Mm-hmm.
when is you're gonna stream like end?
Let's see. How long have I been on right now? 2 hours
You'll
and
be like
43 minutes, and
for
another 15 minutes. Yeah, and another 15 minutes. So today the plan was to do 3 hours. So in another 15 minutes, we can jump on a call. All right. So sit tight, and I'll ping you or you ping me in at the end of the stream. Is that okay?
all right, no problem, no problem, bro. Like
Excellent.
until stream is on, we will just have a general conversation.
For sure.
By the
For
way,
sure.
you're like, how much time is it? Like, have you been on YouTube yet?
Well, for this particular channel, it hasn't been that long. Even though the channel started a while back, it's an old channel, which I kind of revived. But I believe if you go back to the first video, you'll see that I started what November last year. There's over I think
Okay.
140 plus videos, so a lot of it, all of it is vibe coding. So I haven't really uploaded any other videos, just vibe coding. That was the plan for this channel, to start vibe coding 20 projects, and I ended up doing 25 plus projects. So that was the goal. Mission accomplished. Now is basically time to build and finish those projects. They're all MVP, all right? So now it's basically from MVP development, and then they'll go to production. And I'm gonna sell some of these projects, and I'm gonna help release some of them myself under my startup. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Nice, nice, bro. Yeah, I actually appreciate you for having clarity. I mean, you know what you gotta do with your life, with your career, and I appreciate it. Uh, actually, this sort of clarity I have as well. And
Awesome.
manifestation, like I know what I gotta do. I am working upon it. You know how old I am? Like, how
Mm-hmm.
old do you think I am?
Probably 19.
I am 15.
Okay, because I said 19 because I figure, okay, you sound young, but you probably in college, but you in high school, so that is dope. And at 15, you have that type of you have that type of mentality that you want to go out there, you want to do something, you want to create things. That's awesome. But at 15, though, your parents, is it okay for you to be on the internet, just participating without supervision?
Well, my parents actually don't have any sort of problem. In fact, they literally want me to be a tech guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like in Pakistan or in India as well, like they see tech as a ATM, which will generate money for you. Like
Hmm.
if you're learning coding and your parents figure it out, they will think that you are gonna make $1 million next month. So they think like this. I
Okay.
mean, yeah, of course that can be true only in some exceptional cases.
Right.
Of course, not like true in every single case. So like this is sort of a misconception among my parents especially.
Hmm.
Yeah, so we gotta like actually I sort of dream of making a something big in my life and giving my parents what they deserve. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I dream of, and inshallah, one day I'm gonna achieve it.
Yeah, inshallah, indeed. Well, I appreciate that, because at your age, yeah, you got a long road ahead of you, and right now is the right time to get involved, to start building your future. Okay, and you on the right path, my friend. Listen, let me take care of some other stuff out here before because we're approaching the 3 hour mark, so we're gonna have to cut the conversations short. But sit
Yeah,
tight. After we'll go private. We'll have a private conversation after the stream in about 10 minutes. Okay. So
yeah, absolutely.
once again,
Okay, no
Amar,
problem.
thank you for coming into the stream. I know now you're part of the family. You already dropped a like and then you subscribe to the channel. You're on the Discord. So sit tight, and I'll get back to you after the stream. Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Co-
Okay,
Uh,
absolutely. Thank
Alrighty, later. Okay, Xbard, what's going on, bro? What did you say? Oh, the server's up and running. That's great. So dual boot with Linux on an external NVMe. That is a good idea. Yeah, and remember, we talked about the Linux. So you gotta have that as your main freaking, backbone, because with that, not that it can't be hacked. Okay, any system can be hacked, but with Linux, it's a little harder. You gotta make them work for it. All right. So yeah, Amar asked me, "How old are you?" Yeah, that is the number one question. A lot of people want to know, right? Okay. Anukan is 22. My man Nathan is 23 today. Okay. Amar is 16, 15 actually. But my age will be revealed when we do the face reveal. Just keep that in mind. So when we do the face reveal, That's when I'm going to divulge everything. You're going to see what's going on under the hood, behind the scenes. It's going to be a studio tour. It's going to be the whole recap of 100+ vibe coding sessions, what I learned, what happened, and then you're going to learn a little bit more about me, what I'm about, my age, where I've been, what I've done, where I'm from, where I'm going, all that good stuff. All right. Yeah. So, Xbard, what Linux distro are you going to be running? Do you want a recommendation, or do you have an idea what Linux distro you're going to be running on the server? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mint is user friendly, and if I'm not mistaken, Mint is built over Debian, or maybe it's Ubuntu. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Mint is built on it's based on Ubuntu. It's Ubuntu and under the hood, which again Ubuntu is built on Debian. So everything leads to Debian, my friend. Debian is the OG, the foundation. Yes, all right, guys. So we're kind of winding down here. Um, no, actually, um, this is pretty much a structure that's. Remember, we're in development, so there's a lot. What you see here is not going to be uh, the final code. You know what I mean? The final structure. So what you see here, you see a lot of things that are not even supposed to be here in the root folder. There's a lot of README documents. You know what I mean? There's a lot of uh, for instance, here, it's not supposed to be here. So remember, dev is messy. Then we clean things up because you can't. Of course, you can clean up as you move along, but it's kind of counterproductive. So I'd like to get it done and then focus on the finer points later. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's right. But this the structure that's supposed to be the I know is there. This is my mobile implementation. You know what I mean? This is my server, Superbase, Prisma for local. You know what I mean? all this will disappear in the development. So what we'll have is, for instance, here extensions that'll be ported. That'll be somewhere else because the these are the extensions. There's a Firefox extension. There's I don't know if you can see my. I'm sure you can see my pointer. This is the Chrome extension, Firefox extension. This is a render because when you build the extension for testing, it creates this folder here for you, so I can test on Firefox and Chrome. And of course, you have components, the app folder. This is pretty much standard. Of course, you have the Expo, GitHub, Next, VS Code, blah, 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 same issue. And of course, the environment file. This is pretty standard, MR. Yeah, of course, you got to start from scratch. But then this project's been going for 5 days now, so it's a little messy, but such it is. All right, ladies and gents, we are approaching the end of this little shindig, the end of this little get together, the end of this little tat to tat, the end of this little powwow, the end of this little, I guess, for the lack of a better term, get together. So it's always a pleasure hanging out with you guys. Once again, Nate Dog, Nathan, happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday to you. And basically, we made some good progress. Okay. We made some really good progress with the landing page, the dashboard, the extensions. And once again, let me give you guys a view of the landing page hero section. So, Nate, check it out. Now, this is without our little guard, our guardian inbox, and the spam monsters. So we got this going on right now. So the page, here we go. Work in progress. Yeah, good question, Amar. It's pretty simple. It's basically just an MP4 file, right? It's low res right now, so it's not really optimized. It's low res, but it's going to be converted to WebM or some sort of GIF, probably WebM, because it's going to be a lot lighter for loading time, and because you don't want to get penalized by Google when it comes to SEO and stuff. So it's just an MP4 file, and for the hero section, I just link to it. So the video file, let me show you what it's basically a local implementation. The video file. If I show you the extension folder, right? And image. No, what did I put in? Actually, it's in public video, and there it is. Okay, you see that? And there's a video right here. I can play it from VS Code, from within VS Code. So it's just a simple MP4 file, and it just plays on a loop. I just loop it. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then here we have, of course, this is our guy. This is our logo that's going to be animated. We already tried a couple of versions with Nathan on, what is it, VO3. So we're experimenting kind of a little bit to see how we can make it a lot more engaging. So that's pretty much it. Logo, video, landing page is right here. So it's just HTML file, CSS, and a JavaScript. That's it. It's pretty simple. Yeah, well, all right, guys. So we are at 9 likes. I wanted to get out of here with 10 likes today. But we're approaching the end. We're 2 hours and 59 minutes and 28 seconds, 29 seconds. Once again, thank you for hanging out with your guy. I really appreciate you guys. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. And, for supporting the stream, for hanging out with me, for keeping the engagement up. And of course, um, yes, we can only give one. Yeah, I know. I wish we could give more, but it's all good. I appreciate you guys. It's really from the bottom of my heart. It's all appreciated. So I think we're gonna get out of here for now because I'm gonna get on a call with Amar. Then I got a couple of other calls, and I got some housekeeping to do when it comes to some emails and some stuff to take care of. And we shall continue the journey tomorrow with more update on the inbox Guardian inbox implementation with the extensions for Chrome, Safari, and Firefox. And of course, we'll finish the landing page. The backend is done. All I got to do is basically go into testing and then make sure we're production ready. And of course, we'll show you the backend as well once again, and then we'll continue with the build and with the implementations. We'll just keep you posted. So once again, thank you very much, Xbard. Yes, definitely we'll chat later, maybe if you're up to it, because I know you need your rest and stuff. So don't overdo it, and okay, get some rest and take your medicine. All right, and we shall speak later. All right, peace out. Yes, one more time. Yes, I'm on tomorrow. We're streaming. We stream every day. So tomorrow we're on. All right. Let's talk in a minute. Amar, thank you very much, guys. Have a good one. Let's end the stream on this little visual right here. Peace out.